Hello, and welcome to Let's Talk Real Estate and Stuff, the podcast where we dive deep into the world of real estate investing and the random stuff that makes life interesting. I'm John Webfield, joined by my co-host Carlos Zamora from Carrot Investor Fuse and BP from the mobile home park operator. Carlos, you got to catch up on the titles here. Like you're the only one now. Who was it? Matt V. Brock last week alerted us to the use of titles in Restream. So
He
Matt V.
diligently
Brock,
pointed it
he
out.
would be the guy to alert us to that. He is very diligent, which is also why he is who he is with the fractional COO and sales training. He loves processes and irons us out. That was a good episode. Honestly, I was thinking about it a lot. Actually, I still get hit up. I'm not gonna say spam, but spam calls. I guess I will say it. But sales guys, all this, and like I listen to them sometimes. And I get we're talking cold callers and not acquisition reps, but like I do feel that the training of some of these people, it's like you just hire them and no one's training them. And then that made me think about AI some more and what we talked about with Matt and how we've talked individually on the show. And it's like the quality of the cold callers calling in is so low
Oh yeah.
that AI could replace them. Now, I'm with Matt, and I kind of disagree a little with John and some of the guys like Nick who think that AI is going to take over sales, maybe, whatever. I find it hard to believe we're there anytime in the near future, why this industry is still without its core regulation and all that. That's going to change it. I don't see that happening. And I know a lot of guys in the mobile home park space. I was talking to, was it end of last week or whatever, I was talking to someone. We were kind of talking about like how in mobile home parks, how do you source your deals? And it's not very different than wholesaling single
No.
family
Yeah.
guys. It's yeah. And you have the
I want to see the
choice.
day that you start sending direct mail, though.
Yeah. And so that was my argument because I am not about wholesaling to find, not wholesaling. I'm not about marketing to find my deals because I tried explaining it to him, and I've had other conversations previously with guys in the industry. With my background, I've been in that game. And my job, first and foremost, is to acquire deals and run the deals. Running a sales department in a cold
Oh
call
yeah.
department and acquisition people to find deals for me to buy, not even wholesale. Because then what do you do with the leftover deals? Now I got to wholesale them or so. Yeah, it just creates so much work.
Yeah, you're cherry picking out of like your expertise of what it is that you're exactly looking for. You're not trying to be just take in as much as possible and then um deal with what comes in any way possible. You're looking for things to put into your portfolio. Different
Well, it's
world.
who was that we had on the show? He was amazing. Carlos, the guy from Ohio, Rick
Rick
something,
Howell.
Rick Howell.
Yeah.
And I've talked to other flippers and flippers like him when it's tough because you want to market for your own deals and then but you need to do something with all the extra stuff that's not a good fit for that. And so he was an agent and he had a brokerage and I don't want to do that. I want to run and operate mobile home parks and capital calls and they're training these guys in the mobile home park space have cold callers, right? And it's like, why do I want to train cold callers? No, that's where AI gets interesting. Because now I'm not so my whole argument kind of gets flipped on its head. If my whole argument is me focusing on my business and I've done it before and I don't like it,
Having
AI
all those
kind
people. Yeah.
yeah, and no salaries, no trainings. And I don't really know. Maybe you correct me on the no trainings. I'm sure you still have to train AI. I don't know how all that works.
Oh yeah.
But it's like I still made my argument anyway because I personally, my attitude is what I recommend to all flippers when they talk to me and people say they want to get into real estate and find deals and they think wholesaling is the way. I say, honestly, just market to wholesalers. Just be on top, let them
Mm.
do the legwork, market to wholesalers and brokers, be on top of them, call them, make them your friend, take them out to lunch. That's what a buddy of mine used to do. That's how I met one of my biggest investors and now a great friend is he would take out real estate agents and he would just like
Mhm.
wine and dine you. And this was like 2010, 11. But like he would
Brandon
wine and
likes
dine
being
you.
wined and dined.
Yeah. And it made you feel good, right? So who's the first person you called? You called that guy with your deals.
Yeah.
But then wholesaling came out, right?
Take it live.
You don't want to hear me talk to my handyman at my one of my crappiest parks.
Oh.
He will
Sorry.
I love him to death, and he's phenomenal. But like, he'll call me like 500 times until I pick up, and I try to explain to him, bro, like I have like a bunch of handymen. I own a bunch of properties. I'm running like 7 or 8 different rehabs right now. Like, I will call you back as soon as I have a moment. I got you. I got you.
Sounds like what you need is an AI assistant where he can call, leave updates, and it will send you a summary via text message of his updates,
No, I mean it's like
which
what
is
Elon Musk
incredible.
said. It's like he's great at solving problems. What did Elon say? He's like, as the owner, like the only time you get calls with problems happen to be the worst problems that nobody else can solve. They're not like little
Mhm.
problems because those have been solved. Like you are like the convergent point for all the shit. So I'm sure there's something happening that needs to be solved. But anyway, I forgot what we were talking about. But yeah, that was
But like
So
the focusing, I like the idea of focusing, especially like the commercial space, focusing on brokers and wholesalers. We had a guy on, I think I interviewed him a long time ago. I'm pretty sure it was Jason Lewis out of Utah, but he's a pretty big guy out there. He's either partners or was partners with Investor Machine with Mike Hambright. He's a big guy out of Utah. But anyway, he had specific hires, relationship managers that would literally just do lead gen for cash buyers and people doing deals. And that was like part of their metrics is like going out and like meeting people in person and stuff like that, just to be that go-to
yeah.
person.
I
It's
mean,
interesting.
people are like, so the main argument, Carlos, and a lot of it has to do, and some flippers have this attitude too, is you're not going to get a good deal if you don't get it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And what do we always argue, like as wholesalers? Well, it's relative. Like, what's a good deal for you, for somebody else? Like, if your numbers work, your numbers work. I'm not saying that they always have good deals. I'm saying that if I do my job and I market to them, like I will find a good deal. Not every deal is going to be good or a good fit, but like I will find them. And yeah, maybe I'm not loading up as many as possible, but I also know I'm staying focused. And I know after being 40 years old, like that is the one biggest lesson I have learned
Mm-hmm.
is focusing on your business. But that's the big argument is like you're not a good mobile home park operator if you're not sourcing your own deals. The other deals that you're going to find have been turned down by everybody else. And
Mm-hmm.
that's not untrue. But if you really like me, I'm going to be your first call as a broker. I'm going to be your first call as a wholesaler. And you got to stay on people like that. But AI does make me think maybe that could change. Like maybe that argument could change. VBrock kind of had me thinking about it, but like even with VBrock's thing for something like I do, you still got somebody to manage. Yeah, they're
well,
trained, but go
I
ahead.
have tested out an AI voice caller this week. Steve Trang's AI follow-up specialist. It's like meant for qualification, like
Mhm.
first call, gather information. I was pretty impressed. It was pretty
Mm-hmm.
good. Um, it went through the conversation really well. It like handled, I didn't like ask it a bunch of questions. I got to do some more testing. But like in terms of just, hey, this feels like a real phone call, it felt like a real phone call. And they'd ask me questions, I'd answered them, it would confirm my answer. Um, and then like ultimately, and the interesting thing too is like the voice that they picked sounds like they're in a call center because it has like background noise behind the AI voice that sounds like there's a bunch of like chattering going on in the background a little bit.
Smart.
Yeah.
And so it feels like you're, hey, I just like this big enterprise just like called me, and they'll do an outbound call. So it's like new lead comes in, it does an outbound call to gather information and then just pass
That's
that
nice.
on, and it asks like its ending question is when's the best time to give you a call back. It was pretty good. If you guys want to test it, I can
I mean,
have it give
but
you a
that makes
call.
sense. Like I would still argue for like me and mobile home parks that probably you still have to deal with the lead and go through the follow through of months and months and months of
Right,
touching
and that's
base.
where I think AI voice is going to come into play, is like
With like
it
the
can solve
continuing. Go
speed to
ahead.
lead problems, and then when a lead goes cold, it can then do some follow-up calls as well, and then leave the most important conversations for acquisitions managers to have,
Yeah.
um, like effectively replacing a lead manager and a follow-up specialist. I don't see it being able to handle the objections yet. I think that would be pretty complicated. If you want, we could do a call live. I could have it call your phone, Brandon, and you could test it.
Oh, I'll fucking do it. How do I? What do I
I
just put
just
on
need your
speaker?
phone number.
You just, well, you have my phone number. Look it up in your phone. You're gonna make
Oh
me
yeah, I
say
do
it
have your
online
phone
so
number.
everyone fucking starts texting me. Like,
All right, hang on. Let me program this in.
I sent one through the chat, John. There's some internal chatter about a Nick Perry student that's launching his own. It's super niche. It's just that only for PPC leads. But then you get the question of like, if you have the staff, that's cool tech to set up and everything like that. We'll get you online with a live agent. But what's the delta in how much better that is versus just having US based really good acquisitions people calling
it's
them
not
really
about
fast?
Delta, bro. I get it, but
What's it about, BP?
it's about time and money and bloat. It's like it depends on what your core focus is. Like, obviously, why would you turn down an AI team where you get rid of your manager, 7 different cold callers, paying, and when you pay, you know what I mean? Like, break scheduling, you get rid of all of that, and they work 24/7.
That's the first part of it. The after hours is where I'm like, that makes sense.
I used to span my cold calling team, and there were still hours I couldn't cover, but like we would have to span our cold calling team because we covered different time zones from morning until like what was it, like 8 p.m. Eastern time. So like we were covering from basically 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's 12 hours. So you really have to be running 2 different shifts almost to do that. But the thing and that's cold calling, but inbound, you need somebody available at 11 o'clock at night. I mean, I've had PPC leads coming in like at 1 in the morning because they fill out a form and they call thinking again, like someone's just gonna pick up. Are we doing this?
Should be calling you. Phoenix number soon.
Nice, dude.
Just put it on speaker.
Speaker. Yeah, what microphone am I using? Yeah. I can switch to my Yeti mic if you guys can't hear it. But obviously, Carlos, what I was going to say was you're definitely agreeing to forego quality, like the best quality, because I honestly don't think anything's better than a trained U.S. salesperson, empathy, like human interaction. But again, we're making some sacrifices, and that's one of the things we're.
Take it live.
Hello?
Oh, hey, yeah, this is Sarah. I'm calling from Carrot CRM. You popped up from a form online a little while ago, maybe about selling a property. Does that ring a bell?
Does that ring a bell?
Totally fair. I get that it might not be fresh in your mind. Would it help if I just gave you a quick version of what this is about?
Yeah, what is this about? I'm sorry. Who is this?
No problem at all. I'm Sarah from Carrot CRM. I'm just here to see if selling your property is still something you're considering. Have you been thinking about that recently?
Yeah. How'd you get my phone number?
I understand your concern. Sometimes people fill out forms online and it can be a bit confusing. It looks like your number came through that process. Have you recently thought about selling a property?
Yeah, I have. I guess, yeah, I did fill out some forms probably online. You know how it is, late night. Just filling out
Totally
random
makes sense.
stuff.
That makes total sense. Sometimes those late night moments lead to unexpected things. I'm just here to help you explore your options without any pressure. Can I ask, what property are you considering selling?
My home.
Got it. Just to clarify, do you still live in the home or is it vacant or rented out?
No, I still live there.
Thanks for sharing that. Do you have any timeline in mind for when you might want to sell? Or are you still just gathering information?
Well, I guess it depends on the offer. I mean, it wouldn't take me long to move.
That makes sense. It sounds like you're open to options. Just out of curiosity, what would need to happen for you to feel like this is the right next step?
Well, I have to talk to someone and feel comfortable with what you guys are offering me, I guess. I mean, obviously, you just called me. It's something we've been thinking about. But, I mean, what do you offer me? Like $100? I mean, how do I know what you're going to offer me before I tell you I'm ready to sell?
I get it. That's what everyone wants to know. We've found we can't be accurate without understanding the full picture first. A quick chat with our specialist would get you a real number based on your specific situation. Would that be something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, like I said, I'd like to talk to somebody. I thought maybe I was going to talk to you about that.
Absolutely, I understand. I'm just here to gather some details so we can connect you with the right person who can give you that information. Can I ask, how would you describe the overall condition of your home right now?
I mean, I'd say it's pretty good. I think of myself
That's
as
great
somewhat
to
of a
hear. Would you say-
handyman.
That's good to know. So have you done any major updates or repairs to the kitchen or bathrooms in the last 10 years?
I have not. No, I have not done major upgrades to that, but it's got a new roof, new AC. I redid my siding. I added a pergola and a water fountain with baby cherubs.
That sounds lovely. It sounds like you put some care into the property. If someone wanted to get the place completely market ready, in your opinion, what do you think might still need to be done?
I mean, they'd probably have to do kitchen and bathrooms. They're good shape, but yeah, they're probably from 10 years ago.
Got it. It sounds like a few updates could help. If you don't mind me asking, what's got you even considering selling to an investor instead of going the traditional route with a realtor?
No, I just save the money. Put it all in my pocket. I don't have to deal with it. No showings, just in and out, and hopefully, if we agree on it, it's a pretty easy thing. I don't get any headaches.
That makes total sense. It sounds like you're looking for a straightforward process without the hassle. That makes total sense. It sounds like you're looking for a straightforward process without the hassle. Just out of curiosity, is there a ballpark number you were hoping to walk away with after the sale?
Well, listen, I'm not new, okay? You never give the number first. I'm not going to give you my number. You guys called me. You can give me an offer, and we'll go from there.
I totally get where you're coming from, and that's fair. It's a common concern. I'm not here to push anything, just trying to understand your situation a bit better. Would it help to at least understand what your options might be?
Yeah, I'd love to know options.
Great. Let's go ahead and schedule a quick call with one of our specialists who can walk you through your options and provide a more accurate offer. What time works best for you?
I'll talk to somebody right now if you're about to give me some money.
I understand the urgency. I can't provide an offer myself, but I can connect you with someone who can discuss your situation and provide a real number. Would you like to set up a time for that?
Well, what's good for you?
How about we schedule a call for later today or tomorrow? What time works best for you?
Anytime that works for you.
All right. How about I set it for tomorrow at 2 p.m.? Does that work for you?
That works for me. Hey, can I ask you what the name of your company is?
Of course. We're Carrot CRM. We're here to help you explore your options for selling your property. Just to confirm, can I get the best phone number for you to reach you tomorrow at 2 p.m.?
Yeah, 863.
Got it. Just to confirm, that's 863. Is there any... Got it. Just to confirm, that's 8632. Is there anything else you'd like to add or ask before we wrap up?
Yeah, what's the name of your company? The name of the person calling me, I mean?
Sure. My name is Sarah, and I'm with Carrot CRM. If you have any questions, feel free to ask during
Who's
the call
going to be
tomorrow.
the one
Looking
to
forward
call
to
me, though? Whose call am I expecting to receive?
That's a great question. You'll be speaking with one of our specialists, but I don't have their name right now. They'll be able to help you with all your questions and provide more details.
Okay. Sounds good.
Great. I'll make sure someone reaches out to you tomorrow at 2 p.m. If anything changes or you have more questions before then, feel free to reach out. Have a wonderful day.
Sounds good, Lisa.
Actually, it's Sarah, but no worries. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to speaking with you tomorrow. Take care.
Thank you, Sarah. Wow, that was really good. I mean, she even knew I fucked her name up on pretty.
Actually, Brandon, it's fucking Sarah, you idiot. But like, the only
That was solid.
the phone number glitch, so she didn't let me give her the phone number. And you saw, what was the other thing she did? There was another glitch.
She cut you off the one time.
But no, well, yeah, but the thing where she started to talk, it was a glitch.
Yeah.
And then repeated the same statement. Yeah.
It was literally like a glitch in the Matrix.
And I think anybody knows I am like the most, like I will put things down if I think they're bullshit. And I thought that was not to the point of like phenomenon, but like so much better than a Philippine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have 100 of those versus, or like one of those versus 100 Filipinos all day long. Like that quality right there. I mean, other than those two glitches and the fact that she caught that I fucked her name up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was why I did it. I just wanted to see, like, if she would just be like, agree with me, or if she would actually call me out. And like, that was good. So that's Steve Trang's.
That's Steve Trains. Yeah, it's not bad, right?
That's dangerous.
If you happen to be free tomorrow, John and Brandon, I can send meeting notes through. / we could have this guy on, but this is a guy's company that it's live now, and he has people using it. Firsty.io. I'll meet with them tomorrow.
Honestly, I don't know if I would want to. I feel like what I just heard was probably the best of the best. I don't think it gets better than that.
We'll see.
I think you get a lot of the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it, and I think it's because of Steve Trang. I mean, that was very good.
Yeah.
Would I have those? Like, why would you not? But here's the thing: is like that's great for. I still think there's a lot of problems with cold calling in general, with all the new phone laws and everything, making it more difficult and still costly to do. That does cut like 30% of the costs. You know, getting rid of the callers. And again, I say that, but I don't know the price of this software. So easily, the price of the software could replace, what do you call it? Zero out the cost of a caller, and the only thing you save is time. Does he have a price on it?
Not that I know of yet. He seems to
See,
be very much just like letting people try it, and we're moving into the phase of like, what's it going to cost now?
Yeah, I mean, like, if I think about it, I would still need somebody with the data. Is he the dialer too?
Yeah, he's the dialer, so it's using his phone number.
So I wonder how is that only for follow-up calls, not for cold calls?
I mean, I guess you could. I mean, at this point, the core is there, and you just have to kind of adjust it from
No,
there.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the laws, the phone numbers, the swapping. You know, part of cold calling is swapping out spam numbers.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I
that's a
don't
lot of
think
work.
that his intention is to cold call with this. I think his intention for this is to qualify. Am I glitchy to anybody else?
Yeah.
A little bit. Less than
Hey, Carlos, to what you said earlier, no, that doesn't replace a real human US-based agent. Does replace Filipinos, you know, Mexicans, whatever, Egyptians. Does replace them as your lead specialist, follow-up manager, whatever you want to call it. I only see a problem with the cold calling and I think they'd be a great cold caller. I just see a problem with, like, even if Steve gave me that software and allowed me to tie it into my own ready mode dialer or whatever, like, I can still see, like, it's still a headache to manage all of that.
Mm-hmm. We should do
That's
we should do
interesting.
some type of content. BP closing sellers versus AI.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny.
I'll do it.
I mean, and
Been a
the
while,
interesting
but
thing is like I know the underlying technology that Steve's using for this, and it's not, how to phrase this. It's not his own.
Proprietary?
Thank you. It's not
yeah, he's
proprietary.
building upon something.
Yeah. And so like there's going to be a lot of this, and like Carlos just sent through a couple links, probably the same core technology is being used in all of these. And I know other vendors that I've looked at, same core technology being used in this. And so it's interesting, like there's going to be a ton of services that pop up that do these types of things. And
Honestly, though, like, think about the use case. Like, I would put that in as a TC.
yeah, no, I mean, and you could adjust it for anything. I think what's going to be powerful is when people can start to really customize it for their business, do the flows they want, make sure they get the questions that they want asked. And currently with the technology that's being built on it requires like a person to go in and do that. There's not really a user interface per se that kind of comes in and like helps you define that. I still have a lot to explore.
Yeah,
This
but
is like
think
a
about it,
new
like,
world.
and I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you train AI, John. You're so much better. I mean, I know how I train ChatGPT, but I don't know how I would train a voice bot, right? But let's just say this. So we've got a use case for the follow-up specialist. Like, I would go back to Dispo on calling people that are already in your CRM for a deal. Oh, that'd be a great use case. Hey, you know, I just got a text message. I got a text message from somebody, and it's like goes, obviously I deleted it, so never mind. I was going to read it off to you. But it was kind of like a conversation. It was a really long text selling me a deal. And I was like, okay, like I get it, like just spam texting me. But think about that. Hi, Brandon, you're on our, but this is Brandon, this is Sarah with Home Offers or whatever. You're on our list of buyers. We have a deal in Winter Haven. It's this, and this. Would that interest you? Would you like me to send you an email on it? Brandon told me to call you, or John told me to call, my boss told me to call you just to see because you're on our VIP list. So before we send it to anybody, we want to make sure if you want it. Yes? No? Would you like to talk to him personally? Yes? No? Like, you see how easy that conversation, and then the investor's like, cool, I got a call, hang up. It's the short, that honestly is probably the best use case for people on
Yeah.
top of obviously following up. Same thing with TC. I could see TC. It's a little more nuanced as a TC. Like, the training would have to be more intense because of all the kind of fluctuations in the deal, mortgages, different payoffs, liens. But think about the initial calls, certain things, maybe not every call, but some of them where you have an assistant, like a TC
Yeah,
assistant
like
call.
update calls. Yeah.
Yeah, hey, this is Sarah. Just wanted to see if you guys had any info on a mortgage, your mortgage provider. Can you email that over? If I email you, can you send it, or do you have it right now? Like, there's a lot of use cases for it. They may not be able to have nuanced combos, but like gathering the info, setting appointments like that. Hey, we need to send our inspector, our money people through. What is a good time for you? Would tomorrow at 2 be like? Think about that.
Yep.
And if
It's
you
a lot
work
of
that
function.
in, like, I know you guys are looking at it for like a CRM, but I think of it like as a oh man, I'm sorry. As a dispo software, I was just thinking how fucking stupid Robert Wensley is. Because if he was any type of actual developer and like, he would have already had this, bro. This would have been like, with the amount of money that idiot makes, like, this would have already been done. The fact that Steve Trang beat him to this for follow-up managers just speaks volumes to the fact that his software is lagging behind anybody with that much fucking money. It's unbelievable that that's not the first thing that he fucking did, was find a way to save his customers money. And like, it'd be I'm sorry, I just started laughing. I'm like, my first thought is, why the fuck doesn't he have this in his software? Like, he's supposed to be the best software in the fucking
He
world for
does have new
dispo.
AI in there.
But are they calling and replacing dispo agents and follow up
Mm-mm.
dispo? No, they're not. And that should have been, John's laughing because he knows how easy it would be for him to put it in there. But it's like, I was thinking like that software, and I know you guys look at it from a CRM, where you guys are looking at it from a sales perspective. Like, how do we integrate that into Carrot CRM? And it's like, okay, I'll put that in and it'll log inside my notes. The call recordings will log there. Maybe even it'll fill in some fields, stuff like that. And then you go to like a TC software and you say, okay, well, can I have that software speak, or like a Salesforce? And you start including it in all your flows, telling it just
Yeah.
like you would say when to send an email, like to a regular like Gmail bot.
That's the thing. The
Yeah.
integration is the key. It's not, oh my God, the call was amazing. Okay, well now, like, how
No.
do I put it in? How do I use it for the different use cases? Like, how do I ensure that the right thing is being used in the right places? It's getting the right information and I'm getting the right information back. And that's
Yeah.
going to be the trick for most people, is like, how does this integration into your business workflows really work? And how's it going to be easy for you to do that? Because currently it's not easy.
Yeah, I get it. It's probably not, but like, I think about it like, so there's transaction software, right? It's like, okay, I say I need to order a survey. Well, now it's like, maybe I tell it to send an email, or I manually send the email, or I tell AI to call the surveyor, set an appointment, hire them, or an inspection. You know,
I
I
mean,
need to
you
call title.
using
Like, you
this like
start
core
using it.
technology, you could daisy chain stuff off. So, right, they call the seller, and then the seller says, yes, 2 p.m. tomorrow works. You could then call the surveyor with 2 p.m. tomorrow and get them out there.
And then if they say 3 p.m., they daisy chain back, and then that works into another flow with another bot or Zap, and it's like, hey, put this in my calendar, and then send out an email reminder to both parties. Include these. With the software, you have a way to include the vendors and the people that are working on your deal, and include them as now working on the deal, and send those emails out to them. Like, so before, I mean, I get where you're going, and I'm sorry I have to kind of say this, but it's like, for the people who may not see it, like, where John was and his software was before, it was texting and email. You have these two ways of attacking, but now Carrot and other softwares, because of what Steve is bringing, can now add in that trifecta of now phone
Yeah.
calls. So now you're hitting them from all three ways, and then you're saying daisy chaining them together to where they all work, not individually doing separate tasks, but all working on the same task together. That's phenomenal.
But the thing is like to get to that level of functionality now requires somebody like me to do it. And that's the key. Is like we have the technology, we have the functionality. Now, how do we make it easy for everybody? For a
Yeah, but
simple
are
Brandon
you
to come
saying I
in and
gotta
do his
hire?
dream.
I gotta hire somebody on my team. So now, because now you're changing things, right? So if you're saying I need to come hire John at like 50, 100 grand, whatever it is, right? To be my like, what do you call it, biz dev guy?
Yeah.
You know, like my in-house biz dev guy. Well, that 50 or 100K, honestly, John, maybe you're worth it, maybe you're not. But like, should I not just keep my Filipinos at like 10, 20K a year?
Right.
You know, like I see where you're going with it, but I would rebut you on that and be like, that's cool. But John's expensive. And maybe
Yeah.
50 or 100 is not even the right price. I don't know what it would take.
And that's the thing, though, is I think the people that have the money, and I don't think you'd hire somebody on staff. I think you'd go out and find an AI integrator, and you'll spend 20K with them, right? And so it's like people
For
are
a
going to go
one-time
do that.
setup.
Yeah, people are going to go do that right now. People are doing that right now. And it's like those people are going to get ahead of the game. And so what's going to happen is the SaaS world will start catching up. And then eventually now, hey, we're going to make it accessible for anybody to do these flows. But the people that are going to get ahead of the game, make it a little bit more customized to their business, are going to be the ones that can pay somebody to build this stuff out for them.
Well,
right
think
now.
about it. So it may not. So let's go back to my example. John, you're expensive as shit. Could keep my Filipinos, or I eat the extra cost because of scale and my future development. And as John's building these and integrating these, and I replace my follow-up agents and my dispo guys, I also save time, right? And so now I can use that time to maybe add on something else in my business that this core tech can do, like maybe going after mobile home parks or commercial or something else. Like because the training is now not needed.
Right.
I don't know. You could take on more deals. And that's be my other question to you, John, is like, I know you don't know because we don't know Steve's pricing, but is also the scaling of pricing with some of these AI features. Like, are you charging me by the minute, by the call? Remember Pat Live? It was like you would have a 24/7 answering service, but they kind of scaled it based on the minutes you used, right? I forget. I'm pretty sure it was like
So
calls a
I
minute.
think what we're going to see is pricing like this. I think this is going to be pretty standard. This is one of the companies that Carlos just passed over. And so this person's focused on what we kind of just heard for PPC leads. And so I think we'll see these kinds of pricing. A big setup fee because it requires that AI integrator to go in and do things to get this going for your business, to customize it slightly for your business.
$1,400 a month.
And then a set price per month, which includes minutes, and then an overage fee for the minutes.
How many minutes? I can't see anything. How many minutes is so tiny?
700 AI minutes included for $1,400 a month.
So 10 hours, like 12 hours?
So this is meant for qualifying inbound PPC leads. So let's just say that you get, what do you say is a good number of
5
PPC
minutes.
leads per month? 5 per month?
No. I'm sorry. I was saying like 5 minutes per call.
Right. What do you think is a good amount of?
For somebody, like, depending on the size team, 2 leads a day, 5 days a week, 10, 40, let's just say 50. We'll round to 50 for like a small team.
So that's 250 minutes right there.
Yeah.
So that works for that kind of level there. So that's $1,400.
Well, I wonder, again, maybe not, but like, I have these extra minutes. Can I have them now following up with those leads too?
I would imagine that they can do that.
Because not everyone
basically these
picks
things
up,
work
right?
is you trigger them to go do something.
Yeah. So like I call John doesn't pick up the phone for me. So then I tell it to call again tomorrow. I tell it to call again the next day, each time wasting a minute or 2 minutes or whatever. The person picks up, says, I'm busy, call me back, calls back. Like if it could do that, like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Do you guys have any idea how it interacts with like your live people calling it too? Like what if you're calling at the same time or your live person gets it first? Like how does that all play together?
It doesn't interact with that kind of stuff. You would have to do a deeper integration into the system that's actually interacting like that. So I'm going to imagine Steve's using just Twilio to dial. And then, Nick is using Dialpad to get that kind of integration. You'd have to do a lot of API calls. I don't know if that's necessary, because the way it works, right, is that a new lead comes in, you can trigger Steve's system to call. It will call 3 times every minute, and then it will stop. And so if they don't get in contact, it will post through a message, hey, we didn't get in contact, and then the live person will take over. I feel like I'm delayed by
You
a
are
lot.
delayed. Yeah, I know. That's why I think I was cutting you off there, because it looked like you
John-
were talking.
John put his video AI in this meeting. He's off doing other things. This is John's video AI. His VO3, John Whitfield.
I saw that somewhere. Where was that I saw that? Now this is interesting. I'm very intrigued by this. I'm glad you brought this up. I mean, again, I'm in a different business, so it's whatever.
I think you could use it for your helping with tenants, though.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Don't even say it's AI for your mobile tenants. Hey,
see
this
it
is
for
Sarah.
tenants. I could see it, like I said, even with like transactions, because it does become difficult when you're managing mobile home parks. There's so many different things that you have to do and get on the phone. I could see some use cases with that, and I could definitely see some use cases with the, like, for me, customer service aspect. Like, that's what I would do. I'm not there yet, but like probably after my next park and stuff, when I get to like my 5th or 6th park, that's what I'm going to do. And I thought I always was going to open a call center. That was always my plan. I knew
Don't
at a
do it.
certain
Use
point.
AI.
Exactly. There was a certain, what do you call it, like that capitulation point where you hit that turning point where you just can't do it anymore with your in-house team, and you need to offload it. And
I'll give you a 50% discount. Just save 10K in your next deal.
Yeah, 50% discount on what?
My time.
I get you. Yeah, dude. Be my integrator.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I see it though, John. Like, all jokes aside, like I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you just imagine it. Like, it could take in a call, and you can have a database model that classifies calls. You can have an AI update that database. And so let's just say it's a repair, it's a question about rent. And ultimately, what you're looking to do is help it weed out your priorities. And so it can come to you and say, hey, we have an urgent priority call. You need to call these people right now. And then others could go into, hey, here's a list of people you need to call. Here's what they need. And you need to call by these times. Like, it can help you stay organized without you having to add people and not feeling like you're running around with a chicken with your head cut off.
Yeah, like, so let's talk about my problems, right? So let's just say in this example, and I did it for wholesaling. We've all done it. Who are you? Where's your company? What type of offer? Is it really cash? How long till you buy it? How many times do you need to see my home? Is this a scam? I need to talk to my wife. All these things, right? And so we would make a list, and we would say the most common responses. We hand it to a sales team, and that trains them, right? And I've always thought about doing that for my park stuff, because I get a lot of the same questions. This person's asking, saying they could pay half their rent today, the next half next week. What do I say to them? This person's, and generally I kind of gauge it. I read what they said, and I say, yes, that person, but they're going to get their late fee. We'll hold the daily fees if they pay by next week. Good. If not, all the daily fees come back, and we put it back on because now they broke their promise. And so things like that. I build this database or this Excel sheet. And so I haven't done it, but I've always thought, like, and then I wanted to put it into like an AI model that my team could then go and ask a question, and AI would go through all of Brandon's answers and then say, here's what you would say, and here's how to write it. Because a lot of times, like, one of our people, she did it this morning. She says, hey, this person wants to know if it has washer dryer hookup, gas. And I said, yes, no, yes, no, yes, here's what it is. And she goes, so can I write this? And she typed out her response, is this approved? And I thumbs up it in Slack. AI could do that though, right? So if I put all those things in there, AI then gives her, based on her question, what to write. She copies and pastes it. Think about that. Would have saved me time.
So that's not like, it's interesting. People say train AI like that. Training AI is like making it more like speak like you, less about the information. What you're talking about is building a vector database. And so a vector database is the easiest way for AI to access information. And so you just preload a bunch of things in there. And the real power to it comes when you can start to put new things into it. And so let's say like that kind of, hey, we didn't find an answer to this. It gets to you, you answer it. That then goes into the vector database. So the next time AI needs to access that information and try and find a similar question, it's already there and it can just reuse what was
That's
there
where I'm
before.
going with it is, so you create that database, right? But then you would want AI to start thinking like me on questions that it does not have a complete answer to, and then it knows what I would say and how I would say it, and it gives that response. But then you load that into where I was going with this whole thing was basically, if I had that, John, it would make your life easier because I'd give it to you, and then you would create my Sarah bot
Right.
with all of this info, and you would do
Yeah,
that.
and the voice AI can access the same
Can
vector
access
database.
that vector database, so you would have it. I just don't know how to do it, but like that's where I would go. Whereas, and I realized that's what would really save me the most time, I guess, is answering some of these questions. This person wants to move in on the 15th. This person, all these different things.
And you could even have a database of, here are all of our units, here's what we have inside those units. So you could have like a vector
be cool.
database for like the kind of Q&A aspect of things, and then here's hard information. You can go pull this and pull details on properties. Because you said that one of your people were asking washer, dryer, gas, that kind of thing. That kind
Yeah,
of be in a hard
exactly. And we have
database.
it all in Excel sheets, right? Or, honestly don't know why she just didn't look, but humans. But not just that, it's like rent raise. Everyone calls in, and it's I always give the same speech. And one lady's like, "Why is the rent going up? Da, 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 da. You're not paying that." I told her, I was like, "Well, ma'am, if you want to call the tax collector and have them lower my taxes, I'll give you the phone number for my insurance company. You can call them. I'll give you the company for the trash company that just raised the price, and the water company. And if you can get all those bills down for me, I will not raise your rent." But like conversations like that, she's one of like 15 people of like 30 people in the park that when we raise rent, they will call and ask the same question. And having a Sarah bot to answer it, that would be phenomenal. That would save me a lot of time, because it's like, well, I've been calling, no one picked up. Well, that's because I've been on the phone with you for 25 minutes and I just missed 2 calls. So
that opens you up to scale a lot faster than you currently feel like you're capable of.
Which is where I thought I would do a call center and then do what I did with my cold calling call center, which is hand them Excel sheets of all the responses. But this would be so much better. And that's when, and I heard of a guy doing it. So the vector database, it wasn't my idea. I listened to a podcast a year ago, and the guy said he kind of put it all into an AI model because he wanted all the answers there. So his like admins didn't have to ask him. They'd go there and they would know how to respond to tenants.
Yep.
I thought it was genius. And I was like, why am I not doing this? But I get it. All comes with scale. You don't want to do that if you're managing 4 parks. Like, I don't need that. That's just, I need to focus on making money. What did V-Brock say? Sales first.
Yeah.
Make money first. And in this business, raise capital first. You need the capital and the sales before you worry about AI. I don't think me telling one of my capital investors, John, like, hey, you give me some money for this deal because I had John hook me up with a really cool vector database AI model that answers calls for me. So I have more time to not work for your money. I'm going to be like, oh yeah, we need to give this guy 50 grand. We need to give him 50 grand.
That's really funny.
Will real estate agents ever get replaced with AI or just self-service?
I think between blockchain and AI, I think they'll be replaced.
I think it's possible. It still will take a time. Like, the biggest problem with AI is like the amount of information that's there. And like, we're still dealing very much in like predefined sets of information, and there's still the need outside of that predefined set for a human to be involved.
Like, look at what Elon did. So like, and I was reading, I'm on, with my truck, I'm on a lot of car forums, and guys are like, they hate the car model, the buying a car model, but look what Elon did. And the guy was like, why can't I think it was Dodge, Chevy, whatever. Why can't they just be like Tesla? And another guy chimed in. He's like, yeah. He's like, I bought my Tesla. I went online. I did something. I forget what he said. He like ordered the color, this or that, went in, he paid for it, went in, picked it up. He's like, I was in and out. It was like, there was no negotiating, hassling. My car was on the lot. I walked in, they gave me the keys. I drove off. And the other guy was like, yeah, and I was there for 2-3 hours. I'm being negotiated. The finance manager's trying to rip me off, all these things. But look how long it's taken to get, and no dealership. You could still go on some of these websites and order from the manufacturer, but they still want you to go through the dealership model. That's the real estate agent model, right?
Yeah.
You don't need the real estate agent. You could buy the house directly, but they want to put that agent in the middle of it to make their commission and to be the disseminator of information, just like the car dealership. But Elon has proven that it's not necessarily necessary. And I think Zillow and a lot of these big companies and blockchain are really trying to prove that you don't really need realtors, and wholesalers have proven you don't need realtors. But I still think there needs to be protections and stuff. But I think car dealerships will go away, real estate agents a lot, just like, and I've said it before, the stockbroker went away. Once they realized how to get rid of the stockbroker, the only realtors that will be around will be for the shitty houses and the luxury houses. Rich people love to save time. Shitty houses are for investors. They love to save time. The middle class people love to save a buck and spend their time. It's why people love to go to Sam's Club to save 10 cents on gas, but wait 40 minutes in line to get to the gas pump. Whereas me or somebody else would just be like, I'll just fucking pay the 10 cents and get in on like 2 minutes at 7-Eleven. Like, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's where it kind of goes from there.
Yeah.
That was a bar.
It was interesting. My car experience recently, we went to a Subaru dealership, went through the whole rigmarole, trying to find a car that would work. Like, they're just giving us hassle. My wife got frustrated and just fucking walked off after. I think she cursed at the finance manager.
Oh my gosh.
And then
Shannon,
so then we're
geez.
like, all right, let's just leave and let's go to a brewery. And I had my laptop with me. I'm like, let's look at Carvana. We had purchased a car in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
A Subaru or something else?
At a brewery.
Yeah.
Like, wild. A Subaru.
Why not? And so you're right. I'm sorry I didn't say Carvana. Carvana, Elon Musk. And think about CarMax. We've sold 3 cars to CarMax. And it's like, I literally, like, you do it online, you set your appointment, you go in, you sit there. It takes a little bit, right? But then I went and picked my wife up on the last car that we sold before we bought her the Lexus Land Cruiser style thing. And it was like, that was easy. But do you remember what it used to be like back in the day? Like, if you ever sold a car back, oh my God, it was the negotiating and the headache. And it's like, and I do see wholesaling becoming more like CarMax. Large, franchised, very organized, no negotiating. Here's our offer. Here's what it is type thing. Yeah. But you did that.
After dealing with Carvana, it's like, I don't ever want to go back to a traditional dealership again. Like, if it's
MHP brokerage, see, brokers giving me a call to sell me their deals because that's the way to go after it. Have them call you. Anyway, sorry.
It's interesting. Like, once you have that experience, it's like everything else is subpar. And so, it was just kind of the cascading effect.
I even did, when I did my truck 2020 or whatever, I had a buddy, we had the inline, he had an inline on a guy, the thing. So I didn't pay, I paid like cost or whatever. It was supposed to be the easiest thing. And it was. Went in, ordered it. But then guess what? I got to go pick it up when the truck got delivered. And then I had the him, the manager, and some finance dude all sitting there trying to get me like and negotiate with me on finance. And I'm like, it went from the easiest transaction to, honestly, I dreaded it. And I was with Mid-Florida Credit Union, and then they didn't want me to use it. And then they told me they'd give me a 5 rate. This was when rates were like 2 or 3. I'm like, why am I going to go with you at like 5? This is the best you're going to get, like da-da-da-da-da. And we can't do any lower. And Mid-Florida was like 3.5 or something. So I was like, I'm going with them. They're like, came back, what if we could do 3? And I was pissed because I'm like, effing do 3. Why do you know what I mean? That to me was lying, and it was deceit. Because you told me that and I get it, sales, but you told me you couldn't do it. So I had to go to my banker at Mid-Florida. Now I got her on the phone, promising her I'm using her. And now you're going to 3? Like, no, I'm sticking with, I would not give you that business. And that's the experience. And you get that with realtors too. It's like you're negotiating back. It's not you and the seller. It's 2 agents negotiating, stopping, calling the seller, calling the buyer, going back, negotiating. Like, why do I need that? Just go straight to the source. And once you experience that, I agree with you, John. You say, why did I have that? And I think middle-class people would love to get rid of the agent, the car dealerships, and all of it, and just go straight to the source.
It was funny because I was like almost shocked. I was like, wait, did we just buy a car? What?
Is that how you got your Subaru?
Yeah, that's how we got it. Is that
what you were saying? Yeah.
Yeah, it only had 4,000 miles on it.
Honestly, the best method ever.
Yeah, no, and we were shocked. We're like, is this real? Because like after having sat at the dealership and like different people have to walk up and be introduced to you, and
Headache,
then like
dude.
go back to the desk,
It's
and
such
we're like,
a
was
show.
it really just that easy?
They put on such a show, bro.
It's wild.
Like it's
Is
insane.
Carvana though? Is the price? I'm gonna pull it up right now on my end. When you're buying something off Carvana, is the price significantly higher than if you're buying from a dealership, like a Subaru dealership specifically?
Well,
Well,
they're used-
Carvana
they're
only
used
does
cars. Yeah.
used cars.
So
and
John's
so-
talking about a different use case for it.
Yeah.
Dealerships are protected. Dealerships, like I researched it, like we're not going to get into this. We're not a car show, but like there's protections for them. And Elon broke that model. John, Carvana backdoored it through used cars. I thought Carvana went under though. Are they still around? I thought they were like hemorrhaging money after they were making boatloads of money through like COVID and stuff because of the contactless deliveries. And I heard like their CEO biffed some stuff and they were hemorrhaging money.
I
Maybe
have
I'm
no
wrong.
idea.
Yeah. John's like, I don't know. I just bought my Subaru because I got to save turtles and I need to go off-roading in the Outback.
Yeah.
But so realtors will go. AI will come in and replace sales agents. I hate to say it, like I love V-Brock, but like if he was really ahead of things, like he would simultaneously be training, and maybe he is, I don't know, we didn't talk about it, training in-person acquisition people, but then also training follow-up like AI people to really round out that business model. I think his sales business model is good. I just think you need to be ahead of the game. Anyway, yeah, I like it. This was interesting.
It was good.
I
good
mean,
chat.
I would use it. I would use it for capital calls. 100%. Like I don't know how investors would respond. But like if you give me Sarah and I call you for money and Sarah, and it's that use case of like, hey John, Brandon asked me to give, my boss, well, I'm with whatever, Real Innovative Asset Management. We specialize in mobile home parks, syndications, and funds. My boss, Brandon, had told me to give you a call because he had you on the list to call about possibly being interested in mobile home parks. We don't have anything right now, yada, yada, yada. Is that something you would want to talk to him about? And just set that appointment with me with that quality voice?
Yeah.
And I'm not
Right.
cold calling, like, you got to think, I'm not cold calling 10,000 people, right? I'm cold calling a list of, maybe 100, 200, 500 investors that you get. And you're bound to get some of them just setting that appointment for me. Like that could be real valuable for me anyway. And then, yes, John, then jump it as I scale, jump it into customer service type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it now. But again, I don't want to be distracted. I got enough on my plate. Heading out to the parks next week.
Ah, nice.
Gotta go out. I'm meeting all.
Finally taking your mobile home.
John, let's not have a conversation.
Okay, sorry. Moving on.
We don't want to get into my truck debacle. I'm still waiting on my transmission. I super built my tranny. It's getting shipped back from Tennessee. I hope to have it up by September.
I hit the mute button.
I should be getting it. I should get it by the time I get back from Arkansas next week is what I'm hoping. Anyway, gonna head out there. We're super stoked. We're gonna be meeting a lot of vendors, getting all of our rehabs at the new park underway. And then we're starting some rehabs at our other Arkansas. So I got a lot of rounds to make. We're meeting the tree guys, the plumber, the electrician. And so like, that's nice. When you have all your vendors and they loyal and they work for you in other parks, it's nice to just call them and like, what's up, bro? Like, I'm going to be over at this park. You know what I mean? Versus trying to find somebody new. Like my tree guy, I mean, he's made like a shit ton of money off me at my one park. And guess what? Like, dude, would you drive over to Hot Springs for me? Like, oh, yes, sir, Mr. Brandon. Like, I'll do that. And I'm like, because it's going to be a much bigger, when you tell them it's a much bigger job than like that $20,000 job you gave them. And I was like, bro, this is like 2 to 3 times the amount of work. And he's like, well, yeah, I'll go over for you. And he
happily hop on the highway right now.
My plumber too. My plumber's repiping our one park in Pine Bluff, and I have some leaks. And I was like, I'm really thinking like I want to like replumb that park over there. Like, can you go look at it for me? And yeah, I mean, who's going to turn as a plumber? Why are you going to turn down a major repipe job? So it's real nice. I've spent a lot of time getting everything organized, and now it's nice to actually go there, meet the vendors, get ready to put the plan in action, and then by August. So by the end of August, September, I'll have all the work started. Then they all see the work, and then I hit them in my one park, hit them with the rent raise.
Plan is proceeding forward.
It is. So I'll be out next week. I'll be back on Friday, or I'll be back on Thursday, but I go Sunday to Thursday. So
I'll try to get David Olds on the following episode. A lot of people are go-to TC, and I think it'd be good if we want to talk about your software too.
And he's got his own.
That could be a good play.
Yeah. All right.
All right, gents. Have a great rest of your week or weekend.